Namaste learners. So today we are going to discuss the second part of Sankhya view of causation. Before discussing the second part, let us revise what we did in part 1. So in part 1 we studied about Sankhya philosophy as an orthodox system of Indian philosophy. So, Sankhya philosophy is one of the orthodox system of Indian philosophy which believe in the authoritativeness of the Vedas but do not believe in the existence of God because God's existence cannot be proved. The interpretation of Sankhya philosophy is found in Ishwar Krishna's Sankhya Karika. It is the latest or the most available text of Sankhya philosophy. And the founder of Sankhya philosophy is says Kapila. We also studied about the meaning of the word Sankhya, which means Samyak Khyati or Jnana. It also refers to knowledge of the nature of pure spirit. After that, we had discussed what do we mean by causation. That is, it is the relation between cause and the effect. Causation is the relation between the cause and the effect. And we had discussed the theory of causation in Indian philosophy. Basically, we found two theories of causation in Indian philosophy. They are Satkaryavada and Asatkaryavada. According to Satkaryavada, the effect, it is pre-exist in the cause. It is already in the cause. The effect is already in the cause according to Satkaryavada. And according to the Asatkaryavada, the effect is non-existing before its production. The effect is not in the cause before its production, and the effect is a new creation. So the theory which accept that the effect is non-existent before its production is also called Arambhavada, because according to them the effect is a new creation. After that we had discussed Satkaryavada in Sankhya philosophy. Okay, so what is the relation between the cause and the effect? How does Sankhya philosophy interpret it? We had done that. That is, according to them, the cause is always in the effect. It pre-exists in the effect according to Sankhya philosophy. And for that, they had given 5 arguments. They have forwarded 5 arguments in support of their view of Satkaryavada. So, today, in this second part, we are going to discuss the identical nature of cause and effect in Satkaryavada. After that, we are going to discuss the criticism of Satkaryavada by the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas. After that, we are going to discuss the different types of causation, that is different types of causes. We are going to discuss the different types of causes, and after that, the different kinds of effects. And at last, we are going to discuss Prakriti Parinamavada in Sankhya philosophy. Now let us start. What is the identical nature of cause and effect in Satkaryavada? So, the Sankhya philosophy states that the effect is essentially identical with the cause in nature. And to prove this, Sankhya puts forward the following arguments. So these arguments are, firstly, they stated that the effect is an inherent property of the cause. Just as the pot is not different from the clay, which is its material cause, similarly, any object can never be different from its effect. Okay? Because the material cause can never be separated from the effect. Okay, the material cause, it cannot be separated from the effect because the cause subsists in the effect in essence. Okay, so the material cause can never be separated from the effect because the cause itself, it subsists in the effect in essence. After that, the Sankhya philosophers argued that the quantitative equality between the cause and the effect supports the identical nature between the two in essence, because we all know that the cause is equal to the effect according to the law of conservation of energy and matter. Yes, the amount of energy and the amount of matter in this world is constant. They only change its form. And the theory of causation, the causal relation is taken from that theory only, that the cause is equal to the effect. They may change their form, but quantitatively they remain the same. So the quantitative equality between the cause and the effect, it supports the identical nature between the two in essence. Now we had discussed what the Sankhyas had put forward in support of their cause-effect relation. Now, they were criticized by the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas because the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas, they did not accept Satkaryavada, but they accept Asatkaryavada. According to them, the effect does not pre-exist in the cause. So, according to them, the effect is a new creation. It is not already in the cause. Okay, so they had criticized the Sankhyas. So the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas have severely criticized Sankhya theory of Satkaryavada. As mentioned earlier, unlike Samkhya, both the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas have accepted Asatkaryavada or Arambhavada. They have put forward the following points against Samkhya Satkaryavada. Now let us discuss the points of argument put against Sankhya Satkaryavada by the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshika. So, according to the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas, okay, they accept that the effect arises from the cause, and at the time of destruction it goes back to the cause itself, is contradictory. Okay, so according to the Buddhas and the Nyayikas, okay, to accept that the effect arises from the cause and at the same time of destruction goes back to the cause is self-contradictory. According to them, the same cause cannot support two self-contradictory actions like production and destruction. So according to them, production is a different thing and destruction is a different thing. So how come production is within destruction, destruction is within production? How come it be true? How can it be true according to them? Okay, so they stated that the cause cannot support two self-contradictory actions like production and destruction. Okay, so they stated that to accept that the effect arises from the cause and at the time of destruction it goes back to the cause is self-contradictory. It cannot be accepted according to the Buddhas and the Nyayikas. Then they stated that the cause and effect are two conditions of our understanding. Okay, both the cause and effect, they are two conditions of our understanding. How that we say that it is a piece of cloth and we understand in a different way that these are thread. So we understand a piece of cloth as one thing and threads as another thing, isn't it? These are two things. So we cannot say, according to them, according to the Buddhas and Nyayikas, we cannot say that in the thread itself the piece of cloth is there. We cannot say that, because according to them thread is something different for us. Okay, to say that these are threads is something different, and to say that it is a piece of cloth is something different. We cannot say that these are thread, oh that means there is piece of cloth. We cannot say that according to them. So they stated that this cause and effect are two conditions of our understanding. We understand a piece of cloth as one thing, and we understand threads as another thing. So these two are different things. We cannot say that one exists in the other according to them. After that, the Buddhas and the Nyayikas mentioned that the both cause and effect refers to particular uses of word. They stated that like we use the word cause referring to the threads in cloth, and cloth is yet to be produced. Again, we use the word effect referring to the cloth which is produced, and never to the threads from which the cloth is produced. Okay, so they stated that according to them the effect cannot be accepted as existing in the cause before it has been produced. Thus, according to them, the effect can never be a modification of the cause or a redistribution of the cause. So they stated that like we use the word cause referring to the thread in the cloth, and the cloth is yet to be produced. Again we use the word effect referring to the cloth which is produced, and never to the threads from which the cloth is produced. Okay, so according to them the effect cannot be accepted as existing in the cause before its production or before it has been produced. They also put another argument. The Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas, they argued that the cause cannot serve the purpose of the effect. Okay, the cause cannot serve the purpose of the effect. A piece of cloth can cover a body or can be used as a wrapper, but on the other hand, the threads before they are woven cannot cover the body, isn't it? Before the threads are woven and made up into a piece of cloth, it cannot cover our body, but once the threads are weaved and we get a piece of cloth, we can cover a body and can be used as a wrapper. So they stated that the purpose of the cause and the effect both are different, isn't it? So they cannot be used in the same sense, because the cause, it refers to something else, and when we get the effect from it, its purpose is different. And when it is a cause, when it was a thread, okay, the piece of cloth, when it was in the form of thread, its purpose was different. But after its production, after it has been woven, then its purpose is different. Now its purpose is to serve or cover our body. Okay, so the Buddhas and the Nyayikas, they argued that the cause cannot serve the purpose of the effect. Okay, so thus both the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas, they concluded that the cause and the effect are different from each other. Now the Samkhyas also will reply to the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas. Okay, they will reply to their arguments. So they replied by giving the following arguments. According to the Samkhyas, the above arguments given by the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas can never prove the fundamental difference between the cause and the effect. They stated that whatever arguments the Buddhas and the Nyayikas and the Vaisheshikas has provided can never prove the fundamental difference between the cause and the effect. Okay? After that, they also stated that is, the Samkhyas also stated that the difference between the cause and the effect is accidental, and it is possible because of manifestation and non-manifestation in one and the same thing. Okay, So what the Sankhya stated? They stated that the difference between the cause and the effect is accident, and it is possible because of manifestation and non-manifestation in one and the same thing. They also stated that the cause and effect are considered as different states of one and the same substance. The Sankhyas, what they stated, that the cause and effect are not different. They are different state of the same substance. Okay? And it is our practical experience which determines the distinction between cause and effect. Okay? The difference between, or the distinction between cause and effect is our practical experience. It is determined by only our practical experience, the distinction between cause and effect. But actually, they are just different states of the same substance. Okay? They are not different things. They do not have distinction. They are the same substance, only their states are different. One is cause and other is the effect. And only it is our practical experience from which we determine the distinction between cause, and if we say that this is cause and this is effect. Okay? So the Sankhya, in reply to the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas, gave the following arguments. Now, the Sankhyas also discussed about two kinds of cause. According to them, causes are of two kinds: material cause and efficient cause. Now, what is material cause? The material cause modifies itself into the production of the effect. The power or potentiality of being produced as an effect subsists in the material cause itself. Okay? So what is the material cause? It is the cause which modifies itself into the production of the effect. Okay? It is the power or the potentiality of being produced, okay, as an effect. So this is the material cause. Now then comes the efficient cause. The efficient cause creates an influence on the effect by cooperating with the causal power which is present in the material cause and actualizes the capacity of material cause. Okay? So what is this efficient cause? It is that cause which creates an influence on the effect by cooperating with the causal power which is present in the material cause. Okay? And actualizes the capacity of the material cause. And to explain this, the Samkhyas, they provides the following argument to explain the difference between this material cause and efficient cause. Okay? So they have given the following argument that gold is the material cause of an ornament. Okay? Gold is the material cause of an ornament, and in this way it enters into its production. Gold will continue to be in function so long as the ornament will be there into existence. But after the destruction of the ornament, gold will replace into the potential condition again. And here efficiency of goldsmith becomes the efficient cause of the ornament. Okay? So gold is the material cause of an ornament, isn't it? And in this way it enters into the production. Okay? So until and unless we do not go and distract it from an ornament. Okay? So after the destruction of the ornament, the gold will replace into the potential condition again. Okay? It will not remain an ornament. It will go to its potential condition again. And here the efficiency of goldsmith becomes the efficient cause of the ornament. Okay? So the efficiency of the goldsmith actualizes the causal energy which is present in the material cause, and finally the ornament is produced. Thus the causal power comes to an end with the production of the ornament. Okay? So the efficiency of the goldsmith actualizes in causal energy which is present in the material cause, and finally the ornament is produced. After that, after discussing the different kinds of causes, the Samkhyas had also discussed about the different kinds of effect. According to the Samkhya philosophy, effects is of two kinds. One is simple manifestation, which refers to transformation, and another is reproduction, which refers to modification. Now, for example, through an example, they have explained these two types of effect. So, when milk is transformed into cream, we find the effect as causation by simple manifestation. While when gold is modified into an ornament, we find the effect as causation by reproduction. Okay, can you see the differences between this simple manifestation and reproduction? That when milk is transformed into cream, we find that effect as causation by simple manifestation, and while gold is modified into an ornament, we find the effect as causation by reproduction. Okay, now let us discuss Sankhya's concept of Prakriti Parinamavada. So Samkhya advocates two kinds of Satkaryavada. Okay, Satkaryavada, that is the Satkaryavada is the law of causation of Samkhya, as you all know. So this Satkaryavada is of two kinds according to the Samkhya philosophy. One is Parinamavada and another one is Vivartavada. Okay, Parinamavada reflects that there is a real transformation of the cause into the effect. The effect is produced in Parinamavada. Okay, and Vivartavada, on the other hand, reflects that the change is only an apparent. Okay, the Samkhya philosophy, they supports Parinamavada, while Vivartavada is supported by the Advaita Vedanta. Okay, in Advaita Vedanta, the Brahma is transformed into the whole effect. Okay, so they support Vivartavada. Advaita Vedanta, they support Vivartavada, and the Samkhya, they support Parinamavada. So thus, in Sankhya philosophy, we come to know about Prakriti Parinamavada, while in Advaita Vedanta, we know about Brahma Vivartavada. Okay, to Sankhya philosophy, it says about Prakriti, how the relation between its cause and effect, and in Advaita Vedanta, they say about the Brahma. In Advaita Vedanta, the Brahma is transformed into the world effect. Isn't it? So it is Vivartavada. So their theory is Vivartavada, and the Samkhya's Satkaryavada is Prakriti Parinamavada. Okay, is the type of Satkaryavada that Samkhya philosophy propounds. Okay, is Prakriti Parinamavada. So that's all in this unit. So let us revise once again what we did today in the second part. So in this second part, first of all, we discussed the identical nature of cause and effect in Sankhya philosophy. Okay, they had provided certain arguments from which we can see that the cause and effect, they are identical in nature. But against them, the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas, they provided their criticisms, stating that the cause and effect cannot be identical. They both are different. And again the Sankhyas, they replied to the Buddhas and the Nyaya Vaisheshikas by giving certain arguments which stated that the cause and effect both are identical in nature. After that, we discussed the different types of causes. So according to the Samkhya philosophy, there are two types of causes, material cause and efficient cause. So we had discussed what do we mean by material cause and what do we mean by efficient cause with the help of an example. Okay. After that, we also discussed about the different kinds of effect in Sankhya, as Sankhya philosophy has stated, that is simple manifestation and reproduction. This also, with the help of an example, we know how the effect can be simple manifestation and how can it be reproduction. After that, we had discussed Prakriti Parinamavada in Samkhya philosophy. That Samkhya philosophy, they advocates two kinds of Satkaryavada. Okay, They advocates two kinds of Satkaryavada, and one is Parinamavada and another one is Vivartavada. The Parinamavada is accepted by the Sankhya philosophy and the Vivartavada by the Advaita Vedanta philosophy. So Sankhya philosophy, they supports Parinamavada, while Vivartavada is supported by Advaita Vedanta, because in Advaita Vedanta the Brahma is transformed into the world effect. So thus in Sankhya philosophy we come to know about Prakriti Parinamavada, while in Advaita Vedanta we know about Brahma Parinamavada or Brahma Vivartavada. Thank you.